What's going on, good people of the internet? It is time once again for Comics Unmasked, the podcast where a bunch of folks shoot the breeze and talk about comic books and such. We are back once again for episode 20, the final episode of the year, folks. It is the final episode of 2025. We are closing out this volume, this trade paperback right here. We might even do like a cool little shirt for 2025 or something like that once we roll out the merch in March. So like definitely look out for that. This was a really cool year to get things going. 20 episodes in 2 months. We definitely were some hungry folks. We definitely put in that work.
Very good.
Don't forget that you can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, your calculator, Amazon Music,
like
and Audible.
Like, actually, wherever you want to listen to anything, there we are.
Yeah, on YouTube, everywhere. You can see us, you can talk to us, hop in the Discord, hang out with us, and chat with us. We were sharing Merry Christmases with folks and hanging out, talking about books. The books the past few weeks have been very interesting. DC has been cooking. Marvel, not so much. Like, there's been a couple of bangers, but like Marvel's just been kind of slumped. Like, it feels as if Stephanie Phillips is like putting in mad work, and a couple other people are putting in mad work, and then like everyone else is just kind of like, I don't know, and it's like everyone's just kind of waiting to see Chip Zdarsky blow the world up, and I'm like, interesting.
Well, because she's doing Binary right now, and what else?
She's doing Daredevil in March.
Oh, that is
she's doing
right.
Planet She-Hulk right now.
Oh my gosh,
which is really good.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Is she? Yeah, damn, she is carrying. Good for her.
Yeah, no, she's putting in mad work. But yeah,
but
don't forget, folks. Please check us out on socials: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, all those great places. You can holler at Jen. She does our weekly recap for you folks. That way, you know what goes on in each episode. Make sure you check us out and rate the show 5 stars on Apple and Spotify. That way, more people can find us. We would really appreciate you doing that. All right. My name is JP. To my left, we finally have her back. She was gone last week. She almost met the demon Etrigan himself this past week. Astro, how you doing?
I'm doing so good. The 14th, I caught a nasty flu, and because of that, I was forced quit nicotine, and that was a battle that neurodivergent people have to go through if you find yourself in that position and would like to quit one day. It was an experience, but I came home specifically so I could record in my usual space and catch up on the comics that I just couldn't read. I just couldn't. I literally just sat rocking all day, but I'm on day 14.
Yeah.
Holler at me.
There you go, girl. There you
holler at me.
Yes,
nice.
Yes. Then we have the man who is a slave to capitalistic society. Man is working on the overtime. B-Rex, how you doing, fam?
I am tired. I am happy the holidays are almost up because, dear Lord, I have been working way too much. I feel like I miss my old job because I used to work at a vape shop to where I could read comic books 8 hours, 12 hours a day while I'm there. And now all I'm doing is itching for break just so I could crack open a comic book for like 5 minutes and be like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? All right, back to work. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? All right, back to work.
All right. Let's go ahead and dive into the nonsense because there wasn't really a whole lot of Marvel news. And then Marvel said, well, not really Marvel by choice. Marvel just kind of went leak.
Forcibly.
Like whoever leaked this stuff from Marvel, like Kevin Feige probably has them in a dark room in the bowels of Disney World.
No, the assassins are after them.
Yes. Like, this is rough, bro. But like, I wanted to give us a little bit of time for Astro to be able to give her thoughts. What are your thoughts on Steve Rogers coming back?
It's one of those things that, like, I've talked in length about how, like, I think the decision, how they did of making Steve kind of go, wow, Can you form a sentence? I dare you. I'm daring myself, and I'm taking the
You
dare.
got this.
So, no. It's one of those things that like I've talked in length about how my problem with the MCU was, or the ending of the MCU, like phase one was kind of this Steve Rogers going back to see Peggy, and what I felt was kind of
Oh, she gone.
taking away from kind of some of the growth that he had. And it also reminded me, and we've talked about this before, like that scene in Earth's Mightiest Heroes where I think it's Earth's Mightiest Heroes, or it's the other one where it's that scene where Steve Rogers is like, that was my past now. Like I can't go back there, and I can't be with Peggy in that way. So to like kind of see the ending where he does sacrifice his place like here for that happy life, and also like sacrifice what she did kind of in a way, retconning that was honestly like my biggest problem
Yeah.
with Endgame. So for this to be the case, I actually don't know how I feel.
Oh.
I don't know what, like, a part of me was like just because I'm like, oh my gosh, but then I sat with it and I was like, I think I hate this. I think a little bit I hate this.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm like, we definitely had a long talk with Doggo Dudo about that last week, where I was just like, I hate
Right.
everything about this.
Yeah.
Ugh. Like in
By the end of the rant that you guys had, I was like, yeah, like
yeah,
that's pretty much the nail on the head, because it's like I said before, like this, and also like what you were talking about, like with Sam having his moment in this whole thing, and it's like, okay, all right.
yeah.
Yep. The more I've been sitting with it this past week, the more I just kind of sit there and I go, I'm not excited for this movie. You guys are pulling everything out that should pull someone in to be excited for a movie like this, but your guys' execution was just so poorly done that it feels like I should be getting this movie maybe 10 years later than we're getting it now. Like, it would be
Right.
nice to see something like this happen, but it feels like you guys are trying to shoehorn it so quick so you guys can do a universe restart and get something new going.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm excited for X-Men reasons, but like that's
Yeah, well, let's dig into that, because
Kinda where I
shortly,
sit.
like earlier today, I saw the clip on Twitter, and I was like, that's AI. That's AI. I don't believe it. And then like high res clips of it came out. I was like, God damn it! Like it just like the idea that this is a thing. I'm like, so for those who don't know, skip if you want spoilers. If you don't, like, give us like 10 minutes.
If you don't want,
Jump.
if you want the official trailer and all that to come
Yeah,
out, just
give us like 10 minutes and then skip forward 10 minutes. But they released a fourth trailer was leaked that we are officially getting the X-Men in this universe, and they showed James Marsden back as Cyclops in the blue and gold, and I don't know, man.
I never thought to see the day. I never thought we'd see the day, so I'm just happy to see it.
Like the
I'm
closest we got
50-50.
was what was it, like the end of Apocalypse, where it was like you saw
Right.
what I know was Apocalypse. It was was it Apocalypse? Yeah, it was Apocalypse.
It was Apocalypse.
We're like,
That was the
like
last
right
one.
at the end, they showed like the classic uncanny suits in different ways, and I was like, all right, but like this,
Right.
they really put the work in to give us the Cyclops suit, and I'm like, oh, all right, interesting.
I like it. I like it. When I saw it, I was like, this gives me hope for some future stuff. But at the same time, why could you not implement any of this into their own story, into their own origin, I don't even need an origin story. You could just throw me into just a plot line that's going into the middle of what's going on. They've already formed the school and everything like that. I don't need complex stuff here. I just want to see stuff out of the comics. And you guys keep pulling things from the comics and just kind of half-assing it almost. And
That's a great way to put that.
It really bugs a lot of the fan base. That's how I can portray that.
Well, and like I think the biggest thing that kind of irritates me is like we're still waiting on Vision Quest. We are still waiting for the young Avengers to be put into the current canon, but Ms. Marvel's not getting any younger. Kate Bishop is pregnant. currently. If you didn't see,
I didn't see that.
you know, like if you didn't see, Haley Steinfeld is pregnant. So
Congratulations to her.
You know, right? So it's like these 20 somethings are becoming 30 somethings while we're waiting for this stuff to come out. And I like the only thing I will give them is, yes, there was a pandemic, but you've had well enough time to recover from the pandemic. This shit should have been came out. Like Paul Bettany and Ultron and all this nonsense should have been dealt with. Speed should have already been introduced. And Patriots delay here because you gave them the Shaft and Falcon the Winter Soldier. Like, I'm waiting for this young Avengers to manifest. And it's to the point where they shouldn't even be called the Young Avengers. They just put them with Sam on the Avengers team. Like, at this point, because they're too old. Like, you wasted time. And now it's just like, who cares? And
no, yeah, that appeal isn't there anymore.
It's just like...
No, and it's one of those things that it's like, it kind of is testing, really, whether you can even have a comic book universe in this type of way, because like
you gotta jump on that shit.
And if you don't, you don't. And it's one of those things where we have Doomsday where it kind of feels like, where the fuck did the Avengers come? The Avengers, where the fuck did the X-Men come from? Where did they come from? Like, where have they been this whole time? What are you trying to tell me that what happened with Apocalypse? Like, this like whole kind of, we're sitting here like, I'm iconic. Ooh, iconic.
Yeah.
But a part of me is just like, I'm so confused as to how we got here. Goodness.
Yeah. And then there's also like, oh, there's rumors that someone's gonna come back, like come and be T'Challa, but Shuri's gonna get screen time. And I'm just like, this sounds so bloated and so convoluted that I'm just over it, dude. Like, I just like I will, and like I kind of have to tip my hat to James Gunn, where like he's not giving us a whole like roadmap. He was just like, Supergirl here, we're already filming Superman 2. And I was like, all right.
Cool.
Good
focus.
I respect that.
Yeah.
And like another thing I saw is like everybody's trying to be like, who's going to be the next Wonder Woman? What's happening with Wonder Woman? I respect what he's doing with that, to where he's like, hey, we're still writing the script. I want to make sure this thing comes out good. And we haven't even thought about the casting yet because we're working on the script, which I think is kind of what they need to do. Focus on the writing. Make sure that's steady there before you decide to go, all right, let's get a big name actor and go throw him into the role. Instead, let's get an actor who fits this role. Yes. And that's what I'm excited for. Like, I feel more excited for a Wonder Woman movie that hasn't even really been announced yet than I am for half of the stuff that's going on in the Marvel universe right now.
Well, it's like going back to your point about the writing, where like we didn't talk about it, but the ending of Peacemaker being kind of
we were supposed to do a roundup about that. Yeah, that's right.
A little. Listen.
Yeah.
We
got a lot on our plates.
We and that's basically the end of it. Like, we just glitch out and then we forget, and we also ramble about other things. Like last time I was here, where we just talked about covers.
I mean, but like it was productive conversation though. Like it was something a lot of people need to hear. I got good reviews about that conversation. The idea of us sitting here and talking about variant covers, talking about how FOC and incentive covers work. A lot of people don't know that shit. Hell, Cosmic didn't know how pre-orders worked when I talked to him about the Black issue. So like a lot of people don't know about this stuff. They just walk in and pick stuff off the shelf and don't think about it. So it's one of those things where we're educating people, we're doing great things. So like, yeah, we don't always hit every topic. Like the one thing we didn't talk about last week that I forgot to talk about was Tiny Onion had just got 2 other of James Tynion's stories put into Netflix shows. We have The Woods and we have World Tree, which I finally sat down and read World Tree.
Yeah.
God damn.
We're like, gonna get to the list later, but there's something about a James Tynion that I've just been eating up.
I'm so excited to meet him at Corpse Tour in March, bro. Like, dude is otherworldly. Like, his work ethic is insane. Like, dude genuinely, like, there's something about there's just something about a white woman walking around and melting people's brains with technology that kind of just goes, oh, this is interesting. I don't know how I feel about this.
No, literally. He's good at horror. He's good at it. But no, to go back to the James Gunn point that like Peacemaker being kind of like last in this
Yeah.
like in this writing cycle that he has, it's kind of, yes, I want Wonder Woman more than anything, but I also want quality. So to allow like a writer to like focus and be in one headspace, especially when listening to James Gunn, him being like, I did Superman first, and like that was like my core focus for a while, and then like or was it I may be forgetting, or I misremembering, but I know Peacemaker was at the bottom,
Yeah.
and that's why the ending of Peacemaker was a little like, woo,
Yeah.
okay. So I don't know. I think these writers, when it comes to Marvel projects, like we're stepping on our own feet a little bit all the time.
Yeah,
maybe.
that's a great way to talk about it, because like genuinely we're at a weird impasse where I will admit, and I said this on a TikTok a while back, where I felt like James Gunn made a really crucial error when it came to let's just New 52 this shit and say
Right.
what I did was canon, kind of like how like the New 52 was like, oh, the Green Lantern shit we don't want to rehash because that's a pain in the ass, and the Batman shit we don't want to rehash because we know y'all don't want to deal with it, so many Robins is there. So, but everything else is reset. We're not going to explain how it's all reset, but it's all reset. And Dick's over here, and like the Titans didn't happen, and Tim's making the Titans. It's a mess. And Red Hood and Starfire and Arsenal are a thing, and it's weird and yada. But like then you have Gunn, who was like, yeah, no, Suicide Squad's canon and Peacemaker's canon, and anything that I need to be is canon, but otherwise don't worry about it. And I was like, huh? And it's a really weird way to start things. Like if he would have said, hey yo, Flashpoint just kind of nuked everything, and yeah, there's a couple of actors here and there that I kept, but the whole story was rebooted, I would have respected that more. Like I like, if you want to keep Viola Davis as Waller, I ain't gonna say shit. I ain't gonna say
I'm
shit.
not gonna fight you, James Gunn. I'm not gonna be like, oh no, don't give me
right.
No.
Like if you want to keep John Cena, cool. Just like have him be a new version of Peacemaker.
Right.
Have like just don't acknowledge season 1.
Right.
Make a
wasn't
new
he like
show.
Wasn't he like 1 isn't canon, but 2 is?
Well, he was
So
like
what he
1
did is
isn't
he went
canon,
back
but 1
and
is
redid
canon. They
some
redid
stuff from 1.
Yeah,
Oh,
they like
okay.
redid the ending to where like the new Justice gang is in the thing, which was cool. But it's like the weird Crisis on Infinite Earths New 52 thing you're doing. Like it's meta as hell, but I don't know how I feel about it. I would have rather him be like, yeah, no, like John Cena's here and Viola Davis is here, but like everything else is reset. Like I would have preferred that rather than us having to like go back through and fix a few things here and there. Because for all we know, Margot Robbie's canon.
Right.
Stallone as King Shark is canon. Like Bloodsport's canon. Like it like, but then that also means that like Birds of Prey is canon, and the first Suicide Squad movie is canon, and
that means right.
It's weird. So it's just a very odd way to go about it. But at the same time, the new steps he's taking, where it's like he's slowing down, he's re-examining things, and would I would rather see more announcements and more pressure on certain things like Green Lanterns and things of that nature. Yes, but like, I still respect him slowing things down, especially with all the corporate nonsense they're dealing with. I would rather him get the first couple balls right before he jumps too over the top, because at the same time, there's still a Matt Reeves Batman 2 going on, which I don't understand why that wasn't canceled. You could have had an easy done in one and been done with it. The Penguin still got nominated for Emmys, and I'm like, really? You released that? Like, it was great, but it was also like, this happened? Why? Who can, like, I don't know.
And it's also like, I wonder if they're just gonna cap it at 2.
Man,
dude.
that movie,
like
where
every
is
time
Who
I
has
hear
it?
about these like all of these, like I love the new projects that they're doing, but it's just like, can we get like whatever happened with the Kim Jong-un thing and someone just leak the movie for us? Cause like
Bro,
I
some
I want
real,
to see
bro.
this. I want to see this. I've seen clips. I've seen trailers. It looks so good in the back. I've heard people say it's done, even if it's not perfectly edited at this point. Just release it. Make some
Dude,
money off of
like-
it. You guys can get a bag. You're
Well,
gonna have
yeah.
some devoted
Something.
fans
Who
that'll
cares?
easily spend a good
and
movie
not only
ticket to go
that,
see it.
the fact that we've heard from Brendan Fraser at cons be like, you know, we really liked it. We were really excited to show it to y'all. I'm like,
Fire.
if the motherfucker
Fire.
playing Firefly is saying that tells me that could have been a banger movie. Like,
and that's the thing.
ugh.
We got Firefly. Nobody knows who that character is. Like, this is what I mean about introducing new things to the universe that people would actually want to go see. But no, we just got to keep putting Batman out there.
Yeah.
No, exactly. A side story, or like a side story, like treat like Batgirl being treated like a side story, basically, and it's like no, like this was its own thing.
Mm.
This was its own movie, and it was like just her and.
Like, I wasn't the biggest fan of
why
them
we
like
even
just
talk about it?
mimicking the Burnside suit, but I was still like,
Right.
all right, I can rock with this. This could be cool. I'm down. But also, like, I really wanted to see Brendan Fraser be Firefly. That could have been really cool. Like, that could have been really badass. Like,
I don't know.
yeah.
The leaks all looked sick.
Yeah, and don't you got Michael Keaton to come back and pass the torch to her? I was like, what the fuck?
So-
You got him to come back for the Flash movie and this? Like, why is it just... Oh, my God.
I want more
Anywho.
Michael Keaton. I'm not gonna lie. Give me some more side stories with Batman with him. I'll even do the audio books things that they do on the DC Infinite every so often.
Bro, no, they had a thing come out that they did a couple years ago, which was like a continuation of his universe past Batman Returns, and they introduced the Marlon Wayans version of Robin, and it was so fucking good. And I was like, I have a black version of Tim Drake on the page, and like it was something we almost got, and he still got paid a couple mil for that movie, and he was never in it. And then you put it in the comics, and it's just like, damn, I would have really liked to see that. Like, makes me
That
mad.
would be, yeah. Disappointment all around, DC. Thank you.
No, literally.
Like imagine because they, what was it, right before Adam West died, they did that animated movie with him and Burt Ward. Like, put Michael Keaton and Marlon Wayans in a booth. Put put a couple people in a booth and do an audio drama or do like an animated thing. Like, you want to give us new Batman content? Give us that, not Aztec Batman. Like, what the fuck? Like, give me that kind of shit before it's just like, it's just like, but yeah, no, in terms of the Doomsday stuff, I don't know. I'm very much like, the X-Men thing looked kind of cool. I was excited to see my old queer British men, but like, I don't know. Especially because like, Storm's not here, Bishop's not here.
Right.
Like hell, Wolverine isn't even on the list.
No.
So I'm like, all right.
There's no fucking way.
And, like,
he's doing that shit again.
I'm excited
No
as
way.
an old X-Men fan watching the old movies and being like, oh, I get to see my originals back and all of that other jazz. But like, that's the best you're going to get out of me is thanks for giving me something that my childhood would have enjoyed, but I would really like something that my adult mind would like to digest and like see, you know? Like,
Yeah.
we can move these comic book stories forward because there's so many avenues you could do about this, but it really feels like, I'm going to say it again, you're just shoehorning my childhood into there.
Pretty much.
That's a great way to put it. That's a great way to put that. You know, I might actually like do a review of the Batman '89 comic because I just found out like they had like a Billy D Two-Face and I never got to read that. Oh shit, I might have to cop that. I didn't know about that. Holy shit! But you know, from there in terms of stuff, there wasn't a whole lot of Marvel news. Marvel's kind of we'll talk about that here in a second. Like when we get to like our picks of the year, which I mentioned this on a previous like podcast, but next year we will be having the CU awards. We might have a couple of trophies we might mail to couple of different creators, but it'll mostly be certificates. We'll be having voting. We'll have like a fan award, but also mostly just be us three voting on the different like categories and whatnot. So definitely look out for that. Probably like November, December of next year. But this year we're going to talk about like our couple of favorites after we get to the DC news. But in terms of the continuation of DCKO, Red Hood versus Joker was an interesting book. Like
Goodness me.
the Jay Garrick versus Guy Gardner one was fun. The Lex versus Etrigan one didn't end the way I thought it would. I was very happy they acknowledged DC Rebirth Lex is still technically canon, because DC Rebirth Lex was a great progression of story that was really nice. The idea that Lex wants to be a hero and shit, I really enjoyed that era. But yeah, no, this Red Hood book versus Joker, Snyder, Williamson, my guys, can y'all step up real quick and holla at me, because there was a better way to tell this story. I feel like y'all understand Jason Todd, but at the same time, I feel like you made the wrong choices with Jason Todd.
I think it was excellent characterization of Jason. I think it's what Snyder doing what Snyder does best, where it's kind of like this self-actualization of character and stuff like that, and Jason kind of going through this grief almost of identity, where it's like grief of how we view it, at least, because I feel like very much there was moments where we were almost talked at by the character itself, where he was just kind of like, and it's done through like friends and family and stuff like that, but it's like, no, like it's talking about us and how we view this character and the extension of this character. And so I enjoyed that, at least for like the first and second round.
Right.
I really enjoyed that introspection.
I would have to bring in just the third round then, when it comes down to it. As much as I'm a Joker fan, I kind of saw this play out because that was really the only way that it could have, in my mind, with how all the solicitations were going. The one thing that they could have done better was give me more Jason Todd beating the Joker. That's kind of like something that I felt like was missing nearing those end panels, because it felt very ambiguous to me, to where it's just like, okay, then he slumps over, he's done. And so in my mind, I'm having to fill in my mind there to be like, did he, like, was it from the battle that he was having to overcome his wounds, or was he just tired from weakness and he collapsed, or like what's happening there? And then it's a Joker pacemaker is end up the thing that saves him at the end,
which is so dumb.
Like, and I'm like, okay, congratulations. Now we know how the Joker lives for every time Batman beats the crap out of him. He just has a secret peacemaker.
Exactly. it reminds me of the one thing I didn't enjoy about Snyder's Batman run, which is a Joker probably has been around for hundreds of thousands of years, and that there's a different version of the Lazarus Pit. And it's
the way I understood it was that was like his one item for like, but also he had other. I didn't really.
Because they got rid of the things they were supposed to take to the next round. I remember from the Harley and Zatanna book, Harley didn't have the Speed Force. It was like, what was the point of giving them all these cool things if they're not going to use the cool things? It was very odd. And in regards to this, it felt.
I guess they only get a first round. Yeah.
Yeah, it felt very much like Snyder's Batman run, where it was like you try to make Joker feel like this weird mythical force that can overcome everything, when it's just like, sometimes I need to give Jeff Johns his flowers, where Jason just shoots Joker in the face. Like, sometimes you just need to pull that trigger and allow that story to progress. Because here's the thing. If Jason would have made it to round 3, of course no one's going to, or round 4, whatever the fuck it is, of course he's not going to win against Guy or Clark or whoever. He would have bowed out. Right. He'd have been like, you know what? I won my fight. I'm gonna take it out. I'm a bounce. Like, I could see him doing that. So for you to give us this weird, like, introspection to Jason, where he tries to overcome this, yes, it's a better overcoming of his trauma than 3 Jokers, because of 3 Jokers, he just kind of he has to just kind of like live in a shitty bed, versus here he finally gets out of the shitty bed. But here, there could have been better ways.
I don't believe it as much.
Exactly. And there would have been like a better way to handle round 2 for me, instead of just going, oh, we're right back to the trauma. It would have been, give me Battle for the Cowl Batman Jason, or like Grant Morrison Red Hood and Scarlet Jason versus Red
Right.
Hood, or versus like Snyder's version of Joker from his run where he's a mythical creature, and give these like armored up versions of Jason that think they're invincible, that think they're all powerful, that they can overcome Batman's shit, and then have him lose that round, not fall in a tank of acid in round 1. I was like, what the fuck is this? Because Jason's gonna win round 1. Jason should have won round 1 where he just pops motherfucker in the head and moves on, not push him into a vat of fucking acid. If in round 2 he gets cocky, pulls out the guns and the cowl and tries to act like he's doing Battle for the Cowl again, then cool, smack him upside the head. And then in round 3, that's where you have him remember Bizarro and Artemis, and have him remember Starfire and Jason, and have it be like Red Hood and the Outlaw, Scott Lobdell, perfect brown coat, perfect personified Jason that the fans love. And then have him smack Joker upside the head. And if it's a draw and you have this stupid little plot, sure. But there's a better way to go about this that I see. And it feels like they understand Jason, but they don't use enough of him. They just rely on the tropes.
I feel like it's cut short in the way of like, because say what you will about round 1 and say what you will about round 2, but I very much appreciated the way round 3 began with kind of the ideology of Red Hood and the usage of Red Hood, and kind of it being a Red Hood v Red Hood fight.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that alone was very raw and they're like doing, and it's the fight is in a grave itself. And in a way that a part of me does kind of appreciate the ambiguity of it, but maybe not so much the narration and the introspection of Jason, where it's like, well, we all know who like won this fight kind of today, and I don't know, like, do we?
Yeah.
Like, that's especially if we end ambiguously, where it's like Joker didn't get the final like KO in that retrospect. Like the comic just kind of like ends. Does Jason kind of get like that? Like, we really know who won this day. Like, maybe metaphorically, I suppose. But then if we have Joker move on, I don't know. That's where I kind of felt, for me, it was a weak point.
I can definitely see that. And like, as a Joker fan, it felt more fans servicey for me, especially when it came down to his Red Hood portion, because that's like the most popular origin story for the Joker basically at this point, is him coming from his Red Hood origins, and then he becomes the Joker and he falls in the vat of acid and then becomes the Joker and all that fun jazz. I enjoyed that as the reading for the visual sites. It was very nice to see, but it just, at the end of this comic book, I closed it and my like gut just kind of dropped. It didn't feel like there was any satisfaction to it. It just kind of felt like, what was the point of me reading this? Because it didn't feel like Jason truly got his comeuppance, even though I guess he did get his comeuppance, you know, because it just kind of felt like, thanks for leaving it ambiguous, because comic book readers love that. We love to theorize and everything like that. But at the same time, there needs to be a solidified moment to where we can point at and be like, this is what made Jason go, okay, I can no longer be in the shadow of the Joker. And throughout this comic, I didn't feel like I could pinpoint that.
That's a great way to put that, I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
So it just, and the other thing that I'm kind of worried about is that, like, we know that from the solicitations, more than likely Clark is going to win this, but also like, are we going to have any repercussions for these characters? Is Jason gonna learn anything? Is Jason gonna finally move on as a character in the next run? Are we gonna,
like, is this like just to the event, or just like even kind of to this battle specifically that this introspection happens? Because I saw like a lot of fans saying like, this is the best Jason Todd we gotten in years. Like, I hope this like portrayal continues, and it's like, I don't know if he's taking all that lessons with him.
Right.
And like, we got a really good Jason Todd. It was a great setup. It's just, don't drop the execution now, you know? Like, now that you guys have the ball rolling, make sure this character stays good, because you have set something there, you know?
Yeah, that's a great way to put that for sure. So it's just like from there, it definitely like goes about it from there. Now, in terms of like when it comes to the new year, I find myself excited to see how this event ends. But
Right.
I'll have to cut that. But it's like I find myself very excited to see how this event ends. But it's just like, I don't know, the way we were kind of duped with the first round, and then like round 2 was kind of weird, and now we have these round 3s. I love what DC did, putting these tie-ins on DC Infinite for free. That was a great touch, especially the Titans one, because even though Swamp Thing and Cyborg didn't get their own tie-in separate from any other issue, an issue of Titans, like a monthly issue, was put on DC Infinite for free, which is kind of cool. But at the same time, it's like, are you going to do this for future events? Are you going to learn from this and see how awesome it is for people? Because this was a great tool. This was a great idea. What other things are you going to do? What other ideas are you going to throw at DC Infinite and do great for people? But time will tell in regards to that. Now, for our first ever CU favorites of the year. This is going to be our like personal favorites. Next year, like we said, we're going to do like voting and whatnot. But for our first time going through this, we're going to break it down for you good folks. So, favorite indie book of the year, whether it be Image, creator-owned, Vault, Boom, whatever. Astro, what do you go, like, let these people know what was your pick of 2025?
I have to go with Speed Racer. I have to.
Really?
Speed Racer has been so not only like nostalgic for the franchise itself, but has just been such like a fun, like almost like shonen like in its portrayal and its delivery. It just ended we just ended volume 1, and it blew me away. Like every single issue, especially like 4 and 5, just I haven't felt adrenaline like that honestly since I watched the Speed Racer Next Generation show. Like it is such a specific feeling of like, and maybe I just need to get into like F1 or something like that, where I'm just like, oh my god, Jesus Christ, like I'm literally like gripping my seat. A girlie that needs to get into F1, I think, but that's my pick. Speed Racer.
All right.
Go catch on that from Mad Cave if you're not on it already.
Most definitely. Check out our interview with David Pepos about the series and those other works. It's like, dude
So
writes
fun.
a main good book. B, what is your indie pick of the year?
I had a hard time for this one, and
Really?
I'm gonna have to go, because I really wanted to go with something killing the children. That was something that was going on with like the Discord. It's such a good story, but then I saw Berserker sitting on my shelf that I picked up
from
a couple
Boom and
months back.
Keanu Reeves. Okay.
Yep. And it's about the immortal. This one's on a pirate ship, and he's going off with somebody who's a vampire, and they're trying to find a child and get everybody safe. I'm just giving that plot out real quickly. And that story's stuck with me for the past couple of months because, for one, it's not a superhero. I'm not getting my, like, the guy flying through the sky. This is a perfect, ideal person of somebody who's supposed to be this perfect being. No, this is two troubled souls that are intertwining right now, and it's just this short little snippet of their lives before they go on. And I love that. It's a simple story, very wrapped up, very quick. And so Berserker's going on my list this year.
Very nice.
Hell yeah.
I will say for me, if you have not read Everything Dead and Dying from Tiny Onion over at Image with Tate Bromble, this book is trauma incarnate. Like, I am not kidding. Like, I'm gonna pitch this to you right quick. So, like, imagine like small town farmer dude meets the love of his life. They like have a surrogate child, and then one day, zombie plague hits. But for some reason, you're immune to it. And then when you become a zombie, your memory is a repeat of the last day you were alive. So as long as nobody messes with you, you just redo the last day of your life up until the infection over and over and over again. So this dude, for about I think it was talking about 6 to 8 years, just kept like mowing the town's grass, taking care of everything, growing crops and whatnot. He would visit different people in town and take care of them. He would take care of his zombie baby and his zombie husband and feed them like animal crap and whatnot and keep them alive and functioning that way they didn't cause any problems. And then one day, all hell breaks loose when outsiders who are also not vulnerable to the infection come to town and cause havoc, and everything starts to unravel and when I just reading this book is something just unearthly insanity. Like, I love Tate Bromble's work so much. Like, I interviewed him back on the old show when he wrote Barbarian Red Planet. I interviewed him again when he was working with James Tynion on Something's Killing the Children spinoff, House of Slaughter, and this is just, dude is kicking ass. And now that he's writing for big books over at DC, he's writing Batgirl right now. He's about to start writing Teen Titans. Like, genuinely, dude has got the chops. He is one of the best writers that is putting out work right now. And the fact that he started small and now he's climbing higher. He did another book with Tiny Onion called Christopher Chaos, which is really good. Like, dude is kicking ass. And this book will dig into your heart and make you feel pain.
It's so rough.
Like, some people
it's
were
so
like some people didn't want to look at it because it's gay, but genuinely,
Cringe.
it doesn't matter. You can just it doesn't matter. You feel your
Just
heart
read
just
it.
honestly, bro. Especially the ending of the second issue, where one of the people who comes into town accidentally shoots his husband, and he just goes, "I don't care. All y'all about to die." I was like, damn. It's on, on site.
It's a ride. It's a ride.
Oh, it's the best shit. So make sure you peep that series, man. I can't wait to talk to Tate a day again, because this series, so good, so good. It is definitely my indie pick of the year. That was very long-winded. Favorite Marvel ongoing of the year, Astro. What do you got for these people?
I am going to take my boyfriend's pick, which he so lovingly gave me, where the Magic Limited series. How many issues did it
I think
have?
it was 5 or 6.
He said 10,
Oh, 10?
and he's
Okay.
holding up 10.
Oh, okay.
I didn't read that much from Marvel. I'm going to be so serious and honest right now. Every time I look at the ongoing and we're replaced, I am confused.
Oh yeah, it was
and
10. You're right.
Lost.
That's fair. Hopefully 2026 is a better year, because we're getting a lot of new number ones and whatnot. And then the Magic number
that is in February we're getting so much new stuff that I'm like, okay, I think now I need to jump on. Also, I did peep a little bit the Moon Knight the running that was on this year, and I did very much enjoy and had my time with.
Okay. B, what was your Marvel ongoing of the year?
For me, I'm gonna do some runners up. The Revelation stuff that's going on right now, very confusing, but I've been really enjoying it. The Rogue Storm stuff, lost, but yes, I like it. It's weird. It's because it's weird, I like it. It's one of those things to where I didn't expect to open up a book and have Storm being what seems like the evil villain of this world for some reason, from what it seems from the book, but I'm not quite sure about that. And then you have Rogue that's trying to defeat her, but not defeat her because she still likes her. And then there's another Rogue that's out there, and I'm like, I'm just lost and I enjoy this. I'm just happy that I don't know something for once and I can just enjoy something.
Oh, wow.
But I'm going to have to give X-Men Ultimate my pick, just because the artwork in this has been killer. Has been amazing.
Dude, she's insane.
Her work ethic is unworldly.
I just started peeping her. It's true. I just started seeing this stuff pop up and I'm like, how do I not have this on my shelves? My grandma would be disappointed in me. I brought dishonor to her.
Her variant covers are going to be some of your favorite shit to hunt. She did a Spawn variant cover that was so goddamn good. They did a whole thing, I think it was at San Diego, where Todd McFarlane signed posters of her variant cover. So like, no,
It's
Peach
crazy.
Momoko is like
her work is
otherworldly.
gorgeous.
Like you want to talk about like James Tynion. When it comes to artwork of the year, like my pick is gonna be Peach, because like Peach genuinely, we're not even there yet, but like we'll get to that. But like, girl is otherworldly. Like, oh, but for me, Cody Ziegler has been writing one of the greatest Miles Morales runs of all time. Like I talked about recently that with outlets, and when we first started the show, that Bendis and other people like him are very good at opening the door for Black heroes to be written by Black writers. And I will firmly believe till the day I die that Bendis created Miles Morales for Cody Ziegler, because the way that he puts so much of himself and so much of the culture in Miles, where he went to Wakanda to try to fix his vampirism because they randomly just had Blade bite Miles during Blood Hunt, and Miles became a vampire. His electric powers were going haywire, so he went and talked to T'Challa, and T'Challa gave him a vibranium suit to help him control everything. But then him and Miles communed with Bast to try to get rid of his vampirism, and fucking Anansi shows up and says,
Dude.
"Hey, yo, I'll make you my chosen one, and I will take care of your vampirism if you beat T'Challa." And I was like, huh? Like, this idea that we're getting so much great development with Miles, and and now Cody's in the current part of it is even harkening back to Saladin Ahmed's run, which is really good too. I gotta give Saladin Ahmed his flowers, because like I was kind of like on it at first, but I've been going back and reading it. But like even one of the core villains from that arc is coming into Ziggler's run now to wrap everything up, and that's really good. And it's just genuinely, I'm so sad. I put out a video talking about how sad I was that we're ending this. I know they're trying to do this stupid gimmick where they end all of Miles's runs at 42 because his spider was labeled number 42 in the Ultimate Universe. Stop doing that. Nobody cares. Just write more Miles. He has Oscar-winning movies. Just let it go and let people do their thing. Like, they already announced that they're going to be doing a new Champions book starring him and Ms. Marvel and Kate Bishop later in the year. And I'm like, why? Like, just give us more Miles. I don't like just do it. Let him grow up. He's almost to his senior year in the canon of high school.
Literally.
Let him grow up, and like let Peter grow up and have kids and move on. Like, give us progression. Give us more stuff like this, because Ziggler is like killed it this year. I love it. From there, this is more where these two are gonna have more to talk about this year. Favorite DC ongoing. Astro, what you got?
I listen, the easy one here is absolute Wonder Woman, but I do want to give some love to the Zatanna Limited that came out this year. It was not only so refreshing to see Zatanna again, but it was such a fun, colorful ride. Like I was so impressed with Jamal Campbell. Now I think writing it and drawing
I believe
it.
so, yes.
So, it was so crazy, so cool, just such dynamic art, a really fun story. Part of me is really sad that it like ended as at only 6, because it was just so fun.
All right, B, what was your favorite DC book of the year?
This one is going to be Absolute Martian Manhunter.
Ooh.
Because
Okay.
the artwork in it, amazing. The storytelling for the first 6 issues had me on my seat. I was so confused on everything that was going on. The fact that we have a Martian that isn't a Martian, and our John is smoking him constantly. I'm just like, I don't know what's happening here, but this is amazing. The Absolute universe for this is top tier, and I was going back and forth between this one and Wonder Woman because Kelly Thompson is just on tops right now.
Oof.
And so I just am back and forth between those two when it comes down to it.
Okay. For me, I gotta say that I'm gonna be y'all gonna be amazed by this. For me, Absolute Batman. Because
Really?
because here's the thing. There has not been a book this year that has defied comic speculation, that has defied reader expectations. It had what like the best and best-selling annual of the year. It has like been the talking point of so many people like this past year, to where every issue, like, I'm not kidding, like, you can look it up on Key Collector, you can look it up on the charts, where every issue of this series is selling gangbusters. Where like even
Crazy.
the last issue that just came, like even the Absolute Wonder Woman issue that just came out is selling upwards of $20 right now, because of it having an Absolute Batman and because those two meet. Like, everything about the Absolute universe is swimming and giving people a fresh start, a fresh perspective, and it's showing that DC's main universe is kind of falling behind in a lot of ways, because it's not modernizing, it's not giving people fresh, like, jumping on points, it's just doing the same shit over and over and over again. But with,
in terms of the Trinity, Superman is the best and strongest like one, and while Wonder Woman and Batman, it's like, okay,
which is which in the Absolute universe, it's the exact opposite.
It's
where
Superman
is the slowest burn. I've been loving Absolute Superman, but it's the slowest burn. But it's like, now that they're doing this whole thing where now he's found his hope again, where like now he's found the hope of the universe, where like he met Jonathan and Martha later in life, and they gave him a bluer suit, which is kind of cool. Like, but still, it just like, I'm really worried how they're gonna go about like the future of the book. But with Absolute Batman and Wonder Woman, just so good. Snyder and Thompson could helm the main DC universe for all I care, because those two show that they understand the universe, they understand everything. I feel like the first time Snyder was given the reins of the DC universe, he kind of burnt himself out, but now I feel like he's learned the right lessons to where he could just run shit and do a great job. Like, if Jim Lee retired, or like editorial was like, hey yo, let him do his thing, fine, do it. I don't care. Like, genuinely, dude is doing great, and Absolute Batman has defied logic, where no other book has done this many. Like, they just premiered a Hot Toy statue for it. Like, genuinely.
Shit. And it's sick as fuck.
Yeah. So it's just like, this book has defied all logic this year, and it definitely will be my top pick. Do I even like Batman like that anymore because I'm all burnt out on it? Yes. But, like, genuinely, I can't argue with the facts. Like, if I had my personal pick for best miniseries of the year, it would probably be a tie between Mr. Terrific Year One and Black Lightning, because both were very good. But genuinely, the book defied logic. I will give an honorable mention to Nubia 2 Real. It was a YA graphic novel written by Ella McKinney. She wrote the first one, Nubia Real One, and that the sequel finally came out this year. That was really good. So definitely check that out. That's like my honorable mention. From there, favorite artist of the year. I already said mine. Pete Fumogo is the GOAT. Dennis Camp basically told us that, like, girl was like losing sleep working like so many hours working on Ultimate X-Men plus variant covers for other books. Like, she has one of the most unique styles in the history of comic books. Like, girl is my pick for the year. Peach has defied all logic. Top of the board. No notes. Banging.
No notes.
No notes at all. I agree with you on that one. That one was going to be my top one if
is that unanimous?
Picked it, and so I'm going to have to pick a second one just so that way we're not like copying no one.
Well, no, like that could be like the unanimous pick. Like, I don't like, because I'm going to post these on social media later. That like that was the unanimous pick.
Oh no, that's fine with me. I can make that a unanimous pick on my end, because hands down, that's why I picked
I'll
up
give
X-Men.
it the unanimous pick just because she is so fucking amazing. But I do want to shout out Jamal Campbell, not only for his work on Zatanna, but for his work in the Superman current right now. It is such a gorgeous and distinct art style. I've been chewing, eating, absolutely been fed this year by his work. But Peach, she's insane, and her covers are so, like you said, such a distinct style that we really have not seen before. And I'm so honored to have bought one of her variant covers for Trial of the Amazons and cut it up and made it into a collage.
And I will say my one runner-up would definitely be Daniel Warren Johnson, because not only has he made Transformers be just top tier with his work as of late, but like, dude wrote and drew the best annual of the year, which was Absolute Batman Annual #1. And dude caused so much controversy, and his idea of blending his unique style with wrestling, which is always great to see. He just did a great luchador variant for DCKO, which was super cool. Like, definitely my runner-up, if I had a runner-up, it would be Daniel Warren Johnson.
Heck yeah. I'm going to have to just chime in. For mine, it's going to be Javier Rodriguez, just because what he's doing with Absolute Martian Manhunter, the like last panel pages that they're doing to where you put it up to the light. I've been loving what they're doing with that. That is like stuff I love seeing for like little gimmicks in comic books. Because I was reading that on the app and I was so mad to be like, what is this panel that's going on here? I'm scrolling up, I'm scrolling down, and I'm like, I don't get what this is supposed to be. Go out and pick up the paper. That is why you pick up physical. That's why you pick up the physicals, people, because there's going to be the trick of the eye that you just need to be there in person for, and it's just not the same when you're reading it on a phone.
Most definitely.
No, the whole comic series has been an incentive, honestly, to like get back into physical a little bit, because it has been insane the work that is done on like a page, like physically holding it, seeing that color work.
Not only that, like the idea of getting physical can be a treat sometimes, because look what James Tynion did this year with Exquisite Corpses, where they genuinely were like, hey yo, here's straight up just trading cards to play an Exquisite Corpses trading card game. Then from there, to get us like wrapped up here, favorite writer of the year, Tynion, hands down, like brother definitely wowed me with multiple series, multiple works, from Department of Truth, from Exquisite Corpses, from Something's Killing the Children. The Tiny Onion is the top of the board. That's mine. I ain't got no notes.
That's fair. I'm going to go with Kelly Thompson for mine, just because when I was going through everything this year, I was like, oh, there's Absolute Wonder Woman. I've been loving that. Oh, there's She-Hulk. I've been loving that. And then I've slowly realized majority of the stuff I've been buying month to month has been Kelly Thompson. So it just kind of ended up being her.
All right. Astro, what was your writer of the year?
Kelly, I'm also gonna say Kelly Thompson is mine. I feel no shame for sniping, just because not only like her work with Birds of Prey that I was absolutely obsessed with, and still so sad it didn't get to flourish like I wanted it to, and also a little bit showing how like mainline is struggling absolutely right now, because we get such diversity in like characters and stuff like that with our absolutes, but when it comes to like here back in mainline, like Green Arrow done, Birds of Prey done, and it's like okay. But no, Kelly Thompson has absolutely amazed me this year with her characterization and with the relationships that she just puts into her books. Like, I just feel the dialogue between like the main girls, especially between Barb and Dina in Birds of Prey, and Diana with her girlies in Absolute Wonder Woman. She's just she's been doing it.
So
I've so good.
Most definitely. But yeah, this has been a really cool year to start doing this stuff with y'all. I'm excited for a fresh year. We have brand new content coming out in the new year. We will be back next week. Brand new episode. 2026 going to be insane. Make sure that you pick up your pull list, folks. But do that. Take care of this stuff.
Pre-order
your shit.
Digger is coming out here in like 2 weeks.
Yes,
so,
the Digger is coming out.
The
FOC definitely wrapped up, but make sure you get hyped for that. Like if you haven't pre-ordered issue 2, if you haven't pre-ordered issue 2, make sure you go pre-order issue 2. But then Astro, what do you want to leave our listeners with for 2025? What is now that we've officially got a year and 20 episodes in the bag, what do you want to leave these people with?
Honestly, just like read what you love. And it sounds easier said than done, because when you kind of put yourself in community space and when you put yourself in fandom space, there is a big FOMO aspect where it's like, I gotta be a part of this conversation. I gotta be a part of it. But sometimes, guys, those conversations make you mad. Sometimes it's easier to not read the fucking book, because it's like, why do I need to take out a chunk of my space and time to devote to something, to read something, that I'm just doing it so I can be a part of the talk. That's absolutely how I felt with King's Wonder Woman this year. Like, even after my research, continuing to read it, and I got to a point where I was like, where am I? Why I'm not? I graduated. And I turned the paper in. I don't need to keep doing this. And I find like so many of my comic mutuals are just like, yeah, I'm just for like any comic that they're selecting. They're just like, yeah, I'm here for the ride, and it's like, no, you can like devote that time that you're reading this to like something new,
Yeah.
maybe an indie, maybe something over at Marvel. Anything.
Like, honestly, bro, like, yeah, I definitely have to echo that because, like, well, what was it? One, he put out a great video where it's just like, maybe it's time to, like, vote with your wallet. Like, yeah, it sucks that there's a fear that we might not get another Wonder Woman book if you guys protest, but, like, if you gotta do it, you gotta do it. You gotta tell the DC somehow that, like, this ain't it. Like, yeah, King has written some good stuff in the past. Supergirl is a great example, but, like, genuinely, a lot of people are just saying this ain't it. Even like the King devotees are saying, "Hey, yo, we'll give you that," but like, look at his other shit, and it's like that kind of says something. So it's just like,
it's like, well, this is ongoing,
right? So it's just like I definitely have to echo that for you on that one. B, what do you want to leave the people with for episode 20 of Comics Unmasked?
With the new year comes new things, and we got to leave the old crap in the past. All of the horrible stuff that happened across 2025, remember it, learn from it, but don't dwell on it. Move forward, try to find something that inspires you to do something, even just touch grass. If you just need to go outside and have a picnic by yourself, go eat a sandwich and at a park by yourself if you need to. Trust me, going outside, breathe some fresh air, get a comic in your hands, get a book in your hands, get some video games in your hands, and just enjoy what we have for our future. Because time is limited. We went around this planet another time, so let's try to enjoy 2026 because it's only 2026 for 1 year.
Well said, my friend.
For me, I definitely have to say that this 2025 was the year of learning, where you learn from crappy mistakes, you learn from past stuff that you don't want to dwell on anymore, like B said. And for me, it definitely comes down to of only you can run your shit. Only you can control what you do. There's so much of our lives where we let ourselves be controlled by other people's choices, other people's viewpoints, other people's decisions. And it comes down to, what do you want? And for me, the big thing this year was, what do I want to be known by? And I allowed myself to be trapped in making content for a video game that wasn't bringing me joy. And I made it a choice to go back to what I love, which is the books that are finally bag and boarded behind me. That, because I thought my stacks were kind of out of control. And the opportunities that within not even 2 to 3 months of finally going back to what I love making content about, I've been given amazing opportunities where I'm about to make a brand new video that I was sponsored by What Not to Make. I was gifted stuff from Comic Capsules this past week because I made a video and I bought some of their stuff. I was able to talk to other creators. I'm about to release a project tomorrow that I spent not 36 hours working on because so many people, including these two knuckleheads, contributed to. You can only control what moves you make. Don't let other people's viewpoints or decisions control the moves you make. And that is a lesson that I'm carrying into 2026 is we gonna move the way we want to move. This podcast is going to keep making big moves. And we already have awesome guests lined up, awesome stuff that we're working on, great indie books that I've been emailed. I appreciate everybody who's emailed us great indie books that you want us to read and talk about and interview you guys about. We will be working on that in the new year, so definitely look out for that. It's just holidays were a little hectic. My day job was a lot, so I haven't read as much as I would like to, and everyone's been super understanding about that, which we appreciate. So definitely look forward to that, but we will catch y'all in 2026 with episode 21. Peace out.